Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, that is, you're seeing my face for the very first time, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Kemi, and I'm a content creator living in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Please make sure you check my other videos. I shoot content about my life generally here in Canada, my lifestyle in Canada, and also sometimes I share videos, or most times, yeah. I also share tips about how to settle in hassle-free without struggle, okay? Because that's something very important. That's something very essential for you here, especially when you're coming as a newcomer, you're coming as an immigrant. You need some information. Information is key. Yeah, okay, so sometimes I share videos about that. And also, please make sure you check my previous videos. I'm sure you find something that interests you. I'm sure you find something that speaks to you. Okay, today guys, today is a story time. Story. Once upon a time. Today, I just wanted to tell you a story of how we almost did not come to Canada. Yes, we almost, in fact, this is me looking back at what now? Almost 18 months after, and we almost were not gonna be here. We almost didn't come. I just wanted to discuss some of those things that was also a challenge for us that almost stopped us from coming to Canada. Okay, so if you want to hear my story, my juicy story, please make sure that you do what you like my video. Okay, but before I continue the story, I'll be right back. I want to go on a commercial break. Okay, you're welcome back, guys. So, where do I start this story from? So first, let me say that we came to Canada in June 2022, right? Yeah, we came in June 2022 as permanent residents. And I just wanted to touch point on some of those things that almost didn't make it happen. Guys, it was, I'm smiling right now. Okay. So the first thing was, of course, you guys know that if you want to travel, the first thing you need to do is to get your passports, right? And so yes, because you even need those passports to write your IELTS. So yes, we got passports, all three of us. For me, for my husband, for my daughter, we got the passport then in Abeokuta. If you are in Nigeria, Ogun State, Nigeria, you probably know Abeokuta. We knew someone there, so it was, we went the same day, we captured the same day. You guys know how immigration works now. If you know someone, you know someone. You know how easy it can be for you, right? So we did all that, and then eventually we got our passports. The passport was in our hand, and it was the old one before the new one that we have now. So we got those passports, and then it was in the bag. We were preparing for IELTS. We already did our IELTS. I think we already did our IELTS. Oh, no, we haven't actually. Sorry, we haven't done that. So this passports were in my husband's laptop bag. So he kept it in his laptop bag, and he kept it where he would normally keep his laptop bag. And then it happened, guys. And then it happened. So there was this day, you know how rain falls in Nigeria, and then we live in a duplex. Yeah, it's a duplex. We live in the upper part of the duplex, and our own bedroom was close to the, well, I think all of the bedrooms have windows. What am I even saying? So, well, my husband usually we keep the laptop bag like close to, we have a table also in our room, like a sitting desk, and a desk and a chair where you can just walk or sit and all of that. So you just, right behind that chair, you just kept the bag there, and then we're like, okay, we're all good. And then that fateful day, the day that the so this fateful day, it was gonna rain, and as usual, we came to the room, cleared everything. So because if it rains like that, the wind from the rain, it just blows in, and then things can get wet. Things on the table can get wet. Even the bed itself, the mattress itself can get wet. So you get wet. So usually we close the window and close everything. But that day, the devil is a bastard, guys. So my husband came in, he cleared everything, cleared everything. But guess what, guys? The laptop bag remained in its position. Yes, the laptop bag that had all three of us passports remained in its position, guys. So it was now after, I think, I don't know what we wanted to do, and then we said, okay, let's bring out the passports. And then, guys, we saw the passports. Guess what happened? Rain had passport that we just got, or we have not even used it, or we have not done anything. We have not used it for anything that we want to use it for. And then only for us to look at the passports. And then we found out that all three of us, the passport had been damaged. And guess what, guys? It was only the data page. You see that very important page of the passport that you need? Only the data page. That was what was damaged. I would say, Jesus. Ori. Guys, only the passport, only the data page of that passport was damaged. And that was the first thing. Imagine getting money to fix 3 passports all over again. Like, so we have to pay to do another 3 passports for all 3 of us. Hey God, where is the money? Where is even the money? Where is the money? Anyways, so we had to do mine first. So I had to go do IELTS again. Oh yes, I think I already did one IELTS. Yeah, I already did one IELTS with that passport, but it was, I think I had 7.5. So we wanted to do, my husband suggested I do another IELTS. Maybe, no, I had 8. Brilliant girl. I think I had 8. I'm not sure. I think I had 8. And then the next one I had 8.5. I'm not sure, but I know it was a 5.5 difference. Either I had 7.5 in one and then I had 8 in the next, or I had 8 in one and I had 8.5 in the next. But I shall know that I had a higher score by the time we got the new passport. So we got the new passport. I wrote for another IELTS. So at that time we did just mine, because I was the primary applicant, principal applicant. So I was the one who needed the IELTS and all that. So we did another one, and there we are, IELTS. I had a good score, and we, put in an application again. And then, thank God, all that was settled. So the next order, guys, guess what it was? So we got, not quite long after that, we got a letter of LAA, the provincial one. So of course we were applying for provincial nomination because we had relative here. We had, my sister-in-law was here, so it was easy. We had all the extra points. And then so it was time for us to get our LAA. Guys, when it was time to get LAA, we were like, we have to reject this. My husband was like, no, we have to reject this, because where are we supposed to get? So at this point, we had to start putting proof of funds in the account and all of that. And just before that, a month or 2 months before that, my husband is an entrepreneur. He was an entrepreneur in Nigeria. He had just put some more money in the business. So the business was looking so promising. Everything was going well. It was, in fact, in a month, we're almost making up to like 2 million at that time. So the husband, the husband, the business was going well. The business was fine. We're like, everything is booming. And it was now time to put money, proof of fund. I was like, no, we have to cancel this thing. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. We have to cancel this thing, because where are we even going to get that proof of funds from? And then, if you guys know, the proof of funds is not a small money, right? And then we were like, hey, God, this is, even for me at that time, I was like, before that time, my mind wasn't really into the travel, right? But when things were becoming, things were like, looks like this thing is happening, when we got the LAA. And then eventually things happened. We were able to raise the proof of funds money. And then everything was, actually becoming real. Yes, the proof of fund money, before we knew it, everything was complete. Everything was complete. I'm not going to be going into details of how it happened, for so many reasons, but one way or the other, thanks to the support we had, the proof of fund was complete, and then we were able to submit our letter of advice to apply. Yes, so yay, that part was cleared, and then we were done with that stage. Of course, that after letter of advice to apply, the province will give you 600 points, because now you have family and all of that. Will give you 600 points, which will then add to your federal application for. And then next was invitation to apply. Of course, invitation to apply then came again, and then we now had to, I think, yeah, the proof of fund was already in the account. Of course, we now had to, of course, pay application fee and all of that. Everything was becoming better, and then again the business was also becoming better. At that point, my husband was already, the mind of an entrepreneur. When you're an entrepreneur, you think of how to scale up the business. The business was booming. The business was booming. I was almost like, it's like this Nigeria is now beginning to work for us, and someone who is like, if I'm sure at that time, if it was just my husband, that is, if he was a single man, if it was just him, he would probably say, well, what am I going to do? There's no point going anywhere because business is fine, everything is fine, things are going to be better, things are getting better and all of that. And they would have just said, there's no need, let's just stay put. I mean, if he was the only one, but now the decision was now for his wife, his daughter. I'm always making this conversation about my husband. And he's not here. And as you guys know, that he doesn't like to show his face here. Okay, so what was I saying, guys? Oh, yes, I missed something, guys. I'm sorry, let's rewind a little bit, okay? So at that point that we wanted to reject the we were almost going to reject. In fact, it was up to like 2 to 3 days to the last day, to the deadline of us to submit our LAA before we finally accepted. We were almost going to reject it, guys. I almost forgot that. We were almost, in fact, up to like 24 or 72 hours before, or maybe I don't know. I know that the deadline was very short before we, accepted it. And then I just wanted to chip in something that, would you guys believe that our after we submitted our LAA, the MPNP, Manitoba, that is Manitoba Province Nomination Program, they did not have another draw. There was no other draw or anything like that until about a year after. Guys, could you believe that? There was nothing else, like nothing else. It was quiet after that. It was silent. There was no draw. There was nothing until, our own was the last draw that happened, guys. Can you believe that? Now you get what I'm saying, that we almost, well, maybe we still would have come, but it just would have delayed. We would have maybe referred it or deferred it. I think there was a way that you could say, okay, maybe let them move it forward and you can reapply. I think that thing is possible. There are people who do that, right? Maybe for reasons, you can say proof of fund and all of that. But my point is that after that point, there was no draw until a year after. So there was none after. You guys get what I'm saying? So fast forward to after, and then as I was saying, things were going fine. Everything was going all rosy and nice, and and it was almost at that time I was like, this thing, like I was saying, if it were left to him, we would just have stayed back, because at that point it was all better and then things were going on really fine. And then invitation to apply came, and then we also had to submit in application for that, and we got it. I still remember, this is just me looking back now, I still remember when that email came, so we were part of this group. My husband was part of the group where they were these very good analyst guys. They were data analysts, and they were able to model, or they were able to, what's that word now I'm looking for, there's this scientific word I'm looking for, that is, they can decide, they were able to determine, or say predict when, based on the timelines that they've seen. So people, you enter your timeline and say, oh, this is when you got LAA, this is when you did your medicals. So they were able to consistently let you know that, oh, between this time and this time you were able to get, or you'll be getting your request for visa. So for me, to knowing that I'm the one that was going to receive the email, I kept checking and checking. For you guys to even know how serious I was thinking that the email was going to come in my Gmail, but so I was more paying more attention on my Gmail. I wasn't really looking at my Yahoo Mail, right? And then there was this day I was coming back from work. Of course, we were living in a cotton then in Telegbe, and I worked in, where did I even work? And I worked in Surulere, yes. Yes, I worked in Surulere, and then we were living in a cotton. So I'll usually come through Sele Express. If you guys know Nigerians, let me know. Let me know that you're following in the comment section. If you're enjoying this, my story time, even though it will soon end, please let me know in the comment section that you're enjoying it, okay? And let me know if you can relate. So I was coming home from work that day, and I will not forget because it was on a Friday. So you know the traffic that was going on that day was crazy. So usually if I'm about to take the bus from Sele Express to Ikotun, I always try to make sure that I sit in a very comfortable place because I know I'm ready for a long ride, right? So I balance, I just brought out my phone. But this day, I don't know what happened. I didn't really sit in a comfortable place. I think I just wanted to go. You know, there are those days I just like, let me just go home. I don't want to waste time in the bus stop. So I just sat down. You know, I was just scrolling through. And then for one reason or the other, I went to check my Yahoo Mail. And I just saw that thing. Say with request for, no, I wasn't sure. I said, no, let me open the email. You know, you sometimes you see the subject before you even see the main email itself. So I opened, I said, let me see what is inside this email. And guys, I saw it. I wish that I was not in a public bus that day, because the way I would have shouted if I was at home, the way I would have shouted there, they would have thought that what's going on here. And that was how it happened. And then the rest, they say, is what is history. So that was how we came into Canada. Okay, we came into Canada. I think we got that letter in March. I think it was sometime in March. Yeah, we got it in March or April, I'm not sure. We sent in our passports, it was stamped, we got our COPR back, confirmation of permanent residency back, our passports were stamped. I was like, beautiful. It was stamped, and then it was time for us to start packing and planning and all of that. If you've not seen all my planning videos, you know, even for me, sometimes I just go back to look at those videos, just the memories. You know, it was sweet at that time, the memories of packing up, of planning, of buying the food items, of buying everything. Still some sweet memories that I loved. Yeah, I love those memories. Okay, so yeah, that is how we came in. Of course, we knew how cold Manitoba or Winnipeg was, so we wanted to come in summer. So there it was again, and then another emotional time. The emotional time at that period again was then having to sell off the business. Imagine the business that is doing really fine, everything is all nice and good. You can see that the future is bright, and this business is going to great places, and then you now have to start selling those things. Selling those things. It was a really very emotional moment. My husband almost didn't want to let go. He almost didn't want to let go because he invested everything. He stopped. Of course, he had these dreams. Yeah, we had you know, so many things happened. We, even for us to raise proof of fund, we had piece of land. We sold our land, you know, sold businesses. So it was a really emotional moment. And well, so yes guys, here we are. It's not where we would love to be, but it's not where we thought we would be, if you guys understand. Yes, based on the stories, based on what we have seen, we're not where we want to be, but we're not where we thought we would be. Things are better, things are getting better, and we can only give all glory to God Almighty. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. If you did enjoy my story, please let me know in the comment section, and please give me a like, okay? Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are yet to. Turn on your post notifications so that whenever I have a new video, you're gonna be the first to hear about it, okay? Thank you so much guys for watching. Until I see you again another time, I say bye for now.